Hi, this is 50 Plus coming to you with a video, and this video is just my car chat for the month of August. And I want to just show you my eyes because the whole subject will be about you taking care of your health and making your regular doctor's visit. If you look in my eyes, don't be scared. You see that I don't know if you can see, but I had corneal transplants in both of my eyes. In this eye, I have a 21-year-old's cornea. And in this eye, I have a 40-year-old person's cornea in my eye. I'll just get real close to the camera. And the whole point of this car chat would be like a lot of things can be avoided for your health in the way of prevention. I'm the type of person that I don't care how often I go to the doctor. If it looks pesky to them, like I'm just bothering them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So before my mother passed away, she had told my youngest sister, who is 4 years younger than me, you know, go to your regular doctor's visits. And I really think that my mother knew the value of going for regular checkups. Basically, at the point where she was not well, I believe possibly that it could have been some sort of prevention. I lived in Boston when my mom died, and so she lived in California. So I was all the way across the United States, and so I wasn't around that much to see any parts of her health failing. I visited on regular yearly vacations. I came home, so I did visit, and I didn't really get an understanding of why she died. I had a best friend from high school who worked in the hospital, and she said my mother died from ovarian cancer. And then one day I stumbled upon her death certificate, and I found out my mother died from just complications from basically being in a car accident. And a car accident like in the 80s, like in 1980, 81. So the thing is, when she spoke to my youngest sister at the time to say, you know, go to the doctor on a regular, for your regular physical and everything. Now, I already was that type of person. I had no idea she shared that with my youngest sister to do. And unfortunately, to this day, my youngest sister still don't go to the doctor for regular checkups or anything. But I have always been that type. I'm always about prevention. If I have anything bothering me from my head to my toe over a week, I'm going to be at the doctor's office addressing that. That's just who I am. And that goes the same for my kids. If my kids were growing up, whatever their issues were, I took them to the doctor. I just was not the type to let them complain about something and not see why that's going on. And right now, I know this person that, I mean, they're just falling apart. And for the life of me, I cannot get them to go to the doctor to find out whatever. And on top of that, the person have the nerve not to want to even take prescribed medicines. That's so, I don't get it. I don't understand it. And that's just something that I probably will never understand. I believe if you let one thing go, normally, if it's bad enough, it will affect something else. In other words, if you don't get a hacking cough taken care of, I don't know, maybe it can ruin your vocal cords or just something. It's just like if you have a pain in your eye and then later on it turns to something else, you know. Then you go to the doctor and then they say, you know, we could have caught this 5 months ago. We could have caught this 10 months ago. We could have caught this if you had it came in early. So today, I know that for a lot of Americans, the medical is so utterly crappy. And I know that it's easier said than done, go to the doctor when you don't have proper medication. So my whole point is, I didn't have a medical plan a few years ago. I was going blind because I had an eye disease called Fuchs dystrophy. And basically that's where your cornea's cells die little by little and they don't grow back, and you just can't you end up going blind. So as time went by, I could not see at work. Sometimes I could not see in the morning. Anyways, I had to quit my job, but quitting my job left me with no medical. And my oldest sister at the time had told me to solicit companies to sponsor me, or nonprofit organizations to help me. Now, I did seek out a nonprofit organization and they were able to help me. And at the time when I ended up getting my medical status back on track, they were willing. They had already had the money set aside to pay for my surgery. They were just waiting to get donations so that it can pay for the corneas that they were going to put in my eyes to be examined. You have to examine the corneas before you transplant them into somebody, make sure they don't have hepatitis, HIV, and a host of other diseases. So thank God for me, I ended up getting excellent medical where I was able to get the transplants. So it took me like 1 year to get this eye healed and taken care of. And then after that, the next year, I got this one healed and taken care of. And I've already been over a year with this eye, with the transplant. And I had an outstanding doctor in Los Angeles. And yeah, the whole point is, I didn't even have medical, but I still refused to give up on the things that were bothering me, health-wise. I had a friend who wouldn't go to the doctor either. She would go to the store and she would buy all these herbs and stuff to address her problems. And I promise you, she's my same age. One day she just stood up in her backyard hanging out with her child and had a full-on heart attack and died right there. So prevention is really, really important. And the main thing is, if you don't have medical, find other ways to get in and talk to somebody, a doctor or someone, about something that's been ailing you for at least a week. Now, I said all this to say this. I'm old enough to know that if there's nothing else I can do is pass on some sort of wisdom to the younger generation. A lot of times people discard the elderly and just, treat them like they're no longer useful citizens. But if you ever take the time to pay attention to what someone that has lived 56 years just about, and ask them, pick their brains and find out things that, there are things you can learn that you will never know until you know. In other words, you have to grow in life in order to have the wisdom to talk about some things you just can't know. And so I just want to leave that with you. Try to find a way to see a doctor if you have anything persisting and bothering you that has lasted over 5 days. And I want to just leave you with that. And I hope that all is well. And I pray your strength in the Lord. Thank you so much for tuning in. And this is my August card chat. I hope you enjoyed it. And for the person that keeps thumbs downing my videos for whatever reason, I don't know, leave me a comment and let me know why my videos are worthy to be thumbed down. I'm okay with it, just curious. Anyways, I love you all, my regular subscribers. And remember, I have a giveaway going on. And I will be picking a winner come the 15th of this month. I love you all. Peace be to you.